Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be working on my IM behind me, getting it ready for a road trip, and I'm going to be installing some of the TRD door stabilizers on it. And I put these on some other cars too and like the benefits, and I expect that the IM will benefit more than my GR did because the chassis itself from the factory, not as stiff. Let's get started. This is literally the pieces for it. The main component, and then for the door, there's this little clip with these two pieces, sliders, that slide over that and clip onto that. So you're going to need two different torque setting or Torx bolts, removers of any kind. This is obviously for a ratchet, but this takes the two on the B pillar, take a T40, and the door is a little smaller, takes a T30. So let's go ahead and get these removed. On the doors, you only need to remove these two. You do not need to mess with this one. So you're not going to end up moving anything from there for the latch itself. What I do is I remove the top one, and then with two of the three holding it, it's not going anywhere. Just kind of tighten that up with my finger. And let's remove the bottom one here. Just slips right in there like that. Nice and simple. You do want to be careful though when you're tightening these down or snugging them down a little bit that you don't twist this piece of metal. This is very thin. It's really only there to hold the two guide clips for the main pieces. They close together. These were not very tight at all, so it's not like they need to be torqued to any crazy number. Snug them down nice, and you'll be set. The next step is getting these little buggers. And I've had these go on real quick and easy, and I've had them go on where it seemed to take me forever to get it seated right. I was expecting that to actually push back some more, but I think that's where it's supposed to be. Get this bottom one on. It's only sliding on the top one. I'm missing the clip on the bottom here. There we go. There we go. So sometimes that can be tricky just to get them positioned right, but once you do, you'll know. So that is all there is to the door. Now let's go ahead and replace the hinge on the B pillar. So on this one, you need the bigger bit, the T40. So with this one, we will remove both. I'll verify the torque on these buggers. For some reason, I like 27 foot-pounds pops into my head, but like I said, I'll verify it. I'll let you know. There we go. You do end up reusing the same bolts. What I found that works pretty good is I just get an extension piece so I can do it by hand and attach the bit in there. You're going to grab your piece here. Make sure that you notice how it slides. So this slides back And then once I get that attached in there, then it's easy to spin, because this wants to slide back over. So if you get this started in there, see, as soon as I move that out of the way, it slams shut. So there's my other bolt. All right, get some twists on it. And just like that, it's all tightened up. So now I'm just going to pull this back. I'm just going to snug them, and then I'll torque them. Although if you snug them by hand, you're probably going to be okay. But there we go. And that is it. That is exactly what you have to do. So what this does now is this takes up some of the slack that's between this and the door. And so this, when the door comes in, down here, when the door comes in, this pushes back, and this is tapered right here with the tapered pieces on the door. And so then this slides back and takes up all that extra space right here and locks that in to the hinge. So think of it like a locking mechanism that kind of pulls everything in tight. So now let's go ahead and give this a close. Closes perfect. So let's move on to the rear. Same exact process for every single door. So I won't bore you with every single one, but I'm going to go through, do the other three, and we'll be all done. It amazes me every time when you start to do something and you do it a few times, how quick it takes you and how little time. So here's the right rear, literally a couple of minutes, and it's all set. Perfect. I love it. Love it. So, and you just want to make sure that, you know, everything's sliding nicely. So there's the clips. Perfect. And you can actually see on this how these are tapered right here. So these go into these tapered pieces, so they line up, and then this slides back like that. And since it's wider, it fills the space of what's needed. This will only move back the space that's needed, and then it helps lock that in so that the whole door frame then cannot move and doesn't have the play in it. So it's a simple idea, but it's very effective. And I think the older the car, the more beneficial it is. On my MR2 here, it made a huge difference. Huge difference. With the T-tops and a car that's 37 years old almost, I mean, they just didn't build this chassis nearly as stiff as they did on my GR Corolla. GR Corolla was subtle, but I still noticed a difference. And every little bit is positive. So I will knock out the passenger side and we'll be done with this project. Here's the right front one. And I was way off on the torque rise. It's 17 foot-pounds. So I'll go ahead and torque these buggers up here. Last but not least, this right rear door here. This will be the final one and we'll be all done. So thanks for joining me, guys. So I sure would appreciate it if you'd like and subscribe and any of that good stuff. So that's it, guys. TRD door stabilizers are now installed on my 2017 Corolla IM, and just in time for me to take it on a road trip. So I'll be able to give it a good shakedown as I'm passing through all the mountains and the Rockies. And let me know what you think. So have any of you guys put them on your cars? I've got them on 4 of my cars now. And so I'm real curious to see how they do on the IM. And I'm sure that it'll be a noticeable difference on this. And please like, subscribe, and do all that good stuff. And until next time, guys, we'll see you down the road. And I'll give you some updates on some future videos of what's going on with this over the trip.